Hello, dear friends. I'm finally returning to my original essence. And it's speaking the truth as it is. And not babying people anymore. And the truth is that if you don't like something, change it. If you're not changing it, you're choosing it. Period. And let's be done with this victim martyr mentality and speak things as they are. If you're unhappy in your relationship, address it with your partner, figure out ways that both of you can be happier. And if they don't want to work on it, and if they don't want to put the effort that's required to actually have a healthy relationship, then leave. I don't care if you've been there for 10 years. If it's not working anymore, it's not working. And if you want to have a working relationship, better off build one with yourself. Same if you don't like your job, change it. Or stop complaining. If you don't like where you live, change it. Or stop complaining. If you don't like who you are, change yourself. Or stop complaining. And if you want to complain, find other people who are complainers so you can be miserable together. And some people are like, oh, I cannot change it. I've been like this forever. I've been like that forever. Well, that's the beauty that we can actually change. So it's not that you cannot, it's that you don't want to put the work that is involved in change. Because we run by habit, we run by default. So naturally, it does take some work to change a habit just because it's something that we automatically do. So you have to become conscious, and when you catch yourself doing it, stop yourself. But it's not impossible. And it's not a superhuman effort that only few people are capable of doing. Everyone is capable of doing it. And the same with, I don't see why, and I don't get it why people waste energy to be jealous and envious of other people for their qualities and accomplishments. Well, I see why, because actually they don't have the guts to put themselves out there and put in the work that's involved to have accomplishments and good qualities. But it's like, face it. And instead of being jealous and spending all of your time and attention on somebody else's life and judging them or idolizing them, see what you like about that person and say, you know what, I love this person because they're so creative. Or I love that this person has financial freedom. Or I love how comfortable in their skin this person is. Or I love how wonderfully this person expresses themselves. Or I love how kind and compassionate that person is. And then say, you know what, I want to be around that person or get some of that energy and let me cultivate this quality. And that's where the tricky part comes in, because when you say, I want this quality for myself, instead of, like wanting to take it from the other person and have what they want, which manifests in jealousy and envy. But when you say, I want to develop that in myself, you're going to be given the opportunity to develop it. And if you want to be more creative and expressive and confident, you'll get the idea, maybe I'll start a YouTube channel. Or I will like start this creative project that I've been meaning to for a long time. Or I'm gonna be a singer, whatever it is for you. But then you actually have to follow through and start the creative project, start the YouTube channel, record your song and put it out there. And that's where a lot of people are like, oh no, that's not gonna happen because I'm not good enough and other people are better than me and I don't know how to do it. And that's where you just have to be brave and bold. And instead of being so self-conscious about it, think of it as play. And think of it that we're here to create and forget that not good enough, not enough, or too much, because those are things that we have been conditioned to believe. We're not sinners, we're powerful, creative beings who have divinity inside of us. We're human and divine, earthly and cosmic, masculine and feminine. So instead of putting ourselves in this box and the other, searching for belonging to some group, some nation, some label, let's just prioritize our authenticity and moving by feeling. And it's like, you know what? This sounds like a good idea. Let me put this out. And think of it as play. And today I want to record a song, and tomorrow I want to paint a picture. And then I want to work on this. And I'm shy, so I'm just going to intentionally start making videos on YouTube and putting them out there so I get over this. And I don't want to be shy anymore, so I'm going to decide, you know what, I'm confident. And I'm going to act like a confident person. And you can change from day to day to day. You don't have to be the same. Like Alice in Wonderland, you can always add new things to yourself. And to me, the best way is when I'm inspired by people, or like a movie that you watch and there's a character that you admire, and you just say, you know what, I want to be like this, or I want to have this, I want to experience that. And then the opportunities arise when you can actually practice being that character and having that certain quality. And you just have to practice it, because if you don't practice it, there's no way to embody it. You can think all you want and affirm all you want that you're the greatest musician in the world, but if you don't start to play music or sing and put it out there, it ain't gonna happen. So the inspired action is very, very important. And the more we do that, the more it becomes like second nature. And little by little, that fear of being seen and ridiculed and misunderstood disappears, because you realize, like, who cares? And you don't even know these people. And uh, are they really people whose opinion is valuable to you? And is it more important that you are experimenting, being creative, having fun, expanding your mind, expressing your feelings, or that some stranger is going to be like, I don't like this, you suck? What's more important? You having fun and creating the life that you desire, or some person that you don't know at all and their subjective opinion based on personal preference? To me, if somebody leaves a negative comment to a video, or says, I don't agree with what you say, and I'm like, great. I don't want you to agree with what I say. If you agree with what I say, that's wonderful. It means that we share similar views and beliefs. But if you don't, it does not bother me, because we're all free to think and believe whatever we want to. So it's not my job to uh, instill some truth, or like dictate that whatever I'm saying is the truth and everybody should believe it. No. And to me, that's what true spirituality is. There are no rules, there's no dogma. It's just following the prompts of your spirit and your soul, and listening to that inner voice inside and doing what it tells you. And in this way, you are creating your own path. And it's not a book that you need to follow and rituals that you need to perform. And the only way to meditate is like this. To me, making art is a meditation. Petting my cat is a meditation. Doing dishes is a meditation. Walking on the trail is a meditation. Uh, Making love can be a meditation when it's done in a conscious way. So everything that you're doing fully present, engaged, and conscious is a meditation. And your whole life can become a meditation if you pay attention and you're present and you are in your body, in your senses. And then you can be like, you know what? When I get together with that person, I always get a headache after that. I don't think I want to get together with them anymore. I think they're just bad energy. And that's not judgment, it's just discernment. Or when I eat this particular food, I don't feel good. I'm not gonna eat that anymore for a while. Or when I eat this particular food, I feel wonderful. Or when I talk to this particular person, I feel free and I feel like anything is possible. And I want to start a creative project right now. And those are the things that we need to pay attention to. There's no one way to be. There is this variety, and we can look at the variety and taste it and experiment with it and be inspired by what other people are doing, by the books that we're reading, by the movies that we're watching. But ultimately, we get to create our own life based on what we want to focus on, and let's focus on the things that feel good. If watching the news makes you feel shitty, why do you keep watching the news? When at the same time the birds are singing in your backyard and the flowers are blooming and the squirrels are jumping from branch to branch and the bunnies are hopping. And that's also news because it's happening, right? But nobody's reporting it because it's boring, too peaceful, there's no drama. And at the same time, this is what sustains us. This is life. All of the gifts that are given to us for free to enjoy. And if they disappear, if the trees disappear, if the bunnies disappear, if the squirrels disappear, if the bees disappear, if the sun disappears, guess who's disappearing? We're gonna disappear. So let's pay attention on the things that really sustain us and nourish us, and on our own goodness, the good qualities that we have, the good qualities in other people. Lately, I've been pointing out things to people because that's what we're here for, to be mirrors for each other. And when I notice something good in somebody, whether it's their kindness or their passion or the way they're able to share good information, I try to point it out. And it's really interesting how people are just like, oh, because they're not used to be seen. We're not used to be seen. And it's beautiful to be seen. It's beautiful when somebody sees the beauty in you and is able to point it out to you and reflect it to you. And it's beautiful also when you can own it, not in a selfish way, but in a I'm proud that I have become this person. Because growing is not easy, but it can be fun. And that's something that we can all aspire to develop more and more wonderful qualities inside of ourselves and to also witness those qualities in others and not come from a space of jealousy and envy, but from a space of, I have these wonderful qualities and you have these wonderful qualities, and some of them overlap and some of them are different. And I want to learn from this different quality that you have, and you can learn from this different quality that I have, and we can share with each other so we cultivate new qualities inside of ourselves. And think how much more fascinating life will be like that, where we can enrich one another and learn from one another and not live in that spirit of competition and comparison, but in that spirit of love and unity and cooperation and co creation. And this is how we've been created to be. It's just that we got lost along the way, but now we're getting found. And every little thing we do matters. And every little thing we do is magic. And it can be dark magic when we come from a space of fear, lack, limitation, throwing shade on other people, speaking bad about ourselves, or it can be light magic when we use our words to heal, bless, and prosper. And we think constructive thoughts and we feel good feelings. And we choose to see the best in ourselves and others. And we choose to live in harmony with nature and pay attention and remember our roots and trust our instincts and return to innocence ultimately and move from that space of the mind being a faithful servant to the heart and not suppressing all the pain, repressing all feelings, and live by the judgmental mind alone. So, heart open, mind open, open for possibilities, embracing uniqueness and differences, loving, creating, co creating. And if you don't like something, change it. Maybe you like it for a while, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I don't want oatmeal for breakfast anymore. I want avocado toast. You know what? I don't want to go to the same place on vacation anymore. I want to go somewhere different. And I don't want to go to a resort. I want to go and do a workaway or a pet sit or whatever it is. Change it up because change is what makes life feel alive and fulfilling. And change yourself, you know. You can change the clothes that you wear. You can change and flip the qualities inside of you that you don't like into the ones that you like. And when you maintain the new story long enough and don't give attention to the old story, you'll see how all of a sudden you start living the new story and it will be magical and you can change it anytime again because we're here to invent and reinvent ourselves and constantly be renewed. And that's the natural way and progress of things. And when we look at nature, we remember that this is how we flow. So think about it. What is it one thing that you don't like? And are you ready to take the necessary steps to change it? You can leave a comment about it if you want to. If you want to.